Maintaining good health and building good health, the physical and the emotional part, which includes your memory, your concentration level, should be a year-round activity. We shouldn't have to wait for exams or changes in weather to start looking at our health. Anyway, with the exams around the corner, I thought I should talk about, the foods which go a long way in boosting your memory and your concentration. Okay, it's extremely important to understand that food is energy to the human body. Trillions of cells in your body and in your child's body depends on food as information to the genes, as energy, as nutrition for several hundreds of functions which are biological, physiological, chemical to occur in the human body. So when especially in the medical community, people in the medical community turn around and say that, you don't need diets, you don't need nutrition, that's all rubbish, you're with the wrong medical practitioner, because food is everything to the human body. From the time you breastfed on your mother, and the foods that she or your parents fed you are the very same foods that have built your entire musculoskeletal system, your brain, your lung, your liver, your brain. Every organ in the human body is built with food, energy from food, vitamins and nutrients from food. So today, when most people in the medical community do not put focus on nutrition, you are in the wrong hands. But it works beautifully when you take conventional medication or treatments if required, and you integrate it with the right diet and the right lifestyle, then you're on the platform of healing. Other than that, you're in a vicious cycle of treatment. Okay, most kids, as you notice, wake up and they're not hungry in the morning. And for the longest time, I've been trying to tell parents that if your child is physically not hungry in the morning, do not force them to eat. Let them go without breakfast. It is a myth that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I used to say this years ago because it's what I studied in nutrition school. But when I started unlearning things, because we find that even the curriculum in nutrition school is funded by the Milk Association, by cereal companies, by food lobbies, it makes you really think if everything that we've learned is true. So sometimes we have to use common sense and think out of the box and use experience to determine what is good for our bodies, what is good for our minds. So I'll take a quick second to explain again. If your child is not physically hungry, that means your child is still in detoxification mode. When you wake up in the morning, if you're not hungry, do not eat. It still means that your body is detoxifying. So you do not want to feed the body when it's in elimination mode. You want to feed the body when it's in building phase. And some children wake up extremely hungry, which means the detoxification process has happened and the body is now asking for a renewal of energy. When it comes to concentration and memory, we're looking at foods that are rich in omega-3, foods that are rich in natural sugars like sucrose, fructose, and glucose. This gives an immediate spike and immediate brain energy without having the side effects of refined sugar, where refined sugar in most of the cereals today will give you that instant energy and then you'll have a crash. So your insulin levels go up, your blood sugar levels go up, and then all of a sudden you have a crash. And then you have these cravings to deal with. So the top foods that you should feed your children at breakfast time before their exams all through the year. Fruits, number one. They have the right proportion of fructose, glucose, and sucrose, which is brain energy. It's got the right amount of fiber and antioxidants and everything that you need for the development of the brain and the memory and energy for children as well. You want to look at nuts, especially almonds and walnuts. Almonds and walnuts are brain food, period. Walnuts are rich in omega-3 for the vegetarians. This is fantastic when it comes to boosting memory and boosting concentration, which is why so many people today who have the onset of Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's are now being given walnut oil extracts to boost their memory and their concentration and rewire faulty wiring, neurological wiring in the brain. And then we have seeds like pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds. This gives you so much of energy. These are nutrient-dense foods which you need in very small quantities, but it gives your child the right amount of protein for development. Everything from fiber to carbohydrates to the essential fatty acids for the development. For non-vegetarians, a complete egg is a great food for memory and boosting concentration as well. The yolk and the white, remember, never separate nature. It's the yolk and the white together. Well, now, how do you get this into a breakfast for your kid? It's very simple. There's a simple shake which I want to share today with you, which you can make in 2 minutes, and it takes your child probably less than 5 minutes to consume it. Oh, there's one more food which is excellent for concentration and memory, and that's dark chocolate. The darker the chocolate, the more antioxidants it has. to help your child with concentration and with memory. So it is a simple shake that I like to make. I take walnuts, I take almonds, I soak them overnight. We want to soak these nuts and seeds because they have something called anti-nutrients. Anti-nutrients is basically what nuts and seeds produce to protect themselves from being eaten or from insects approaching them. So it's their own defense mechanism. And when we put this into our system over time, these anti-nutrients actually interfere with absorption and block the absorption of certain nutrients into the body. So it's better if you're soaked. If you cannot soak it, it's okay as well, but it's always better to soak it. So I would soak almonds, I would soak walnuts, and I would soak a little bit of pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds and chia just to get a mix of everything together. I soak it overnight. In the morning, I put it in the blender or the NutriBullet, and what I do is I add water, I add dates, because dates is fantastic energy and again good for concentration. So dates are going to sweeten it. Okay, I don't like blending fruits because it breaks down most of the fiber and denatures most of the vitamins. So if you can get your child to have a fruit first and then give them the shake, it's fine. If your child likes the juices fruits and you don't want to break away from that habit, you can even put a banana in this shake. So you have nuts, you have seeds, you have dates, you have a banana. And now instead of dark chocolate, I'll add a teaspoon of raw cacao powder. Raw cacao is like pure chocolate powder either ways. Loaded with antioxidants, omega-3, fiber, iron, magnesium, everything that you need. I would put all this together and blend it with water, and you have a shake. You have a shake that has carbohydrates, essential fats, proteins, omega-3, everything. It's vegetarian, it's vegan, whatever you want to call it. And that shake is enough to sustain your child right up till his lunch break or mid-snack break. And what happens is when we give them a cooked breakfast all the time, you see cooked food only provides energy for a short period of time. Most of the nutrition in it is already dead. We're trying to boost concentration and we're trying to boost memory. You need live food, food that has raw enzymes, that has digestive enzymes, that has everything to boost, to work for you. Living food. Dead food is only going to make your child more hungry and more sleepy. Take a simple example. You have a heavy lunch that has carbohydrates. Within the next half an hour, you start feeling drowsy and sleepy because that's how carbohydrates break down in the body. It makes you sleepy at some point. So if you're trying to boost energy, if you're trying to boost concentration and memory, this is the kind of breakfast that you want to give your child. Sometimes just fruit and nuts is a sufficient breakfast for your child. Have a great evening, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.